Tonight, you're not just watching a story, you're stepping onto a road that was never meant to be found. A simple road trip, 5 friends, 1 wrong turn, and everything changed. What they discovered out there, far from any city, far from help, was something no map could explain, and no one was supposed to survive. This is part 2 of a terrifying case that still has no answers. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to British Hauntings for more real horror and unexplained stories. Like this video if you're brave enough to keep watching, and comment below, what would you do if the road never let you leave? Now, turn off the lights, because this story only gets darker from here. The highway stretched endlessly into the dark, a thin ribbon of asphalt cutting through miles of empty American wilderness. No streetlights, no houses, just the faint glow of headlights slicing through the night and the occasional flicker of a distant lightning storm on the horizon. It was supposed to be a simple road trip, 5 friends, 1 RV, a cross-country drive from California to Colorado. Late summer, open roads, no rules. That's how it started. And that's what makes what happened next so hard to explain, because nothing about that trip should have turned into what it became. The footage begins normally. Dashcam clips, laughing voices, music blasting too loud, someone in the back arguing about directions while another films out the window, capturing dry desert landscapes and fading sunlight. Dude, this is going to be the best trip of our lives. That was the last normal thing anyone said. By the time they crossed into Nevada, the mood had shifted, subtly at first. The GPS started glitching. It wasn't dramatic, just small things. The route would disappear for a few seconds. The voice directions would cut out mid-sentence. Once, it rerouted them off the main highway for no clear reason. They joked about it. Government tracking us. One of them laughed. Another said, "Nah, we're just lost in the middle of nowhere." But they followed the new route anyway. That's when they left the highway. The road narrowed quickly, turning from smooth asphalt into cracked pavement, then gravel, then something barely recognizable as a road at all. No signs, no signals, no other cars, just silence. The camera footage shows the RV slowing down as headlights sweep across dry hills and twisted trees that didn't look quite right. Too thin, too crooked, like they'd grown in the wrong direction. "Are we still on the route?" someone asks. No one answers. The GPS screen is visible for a moment. It's blank, not loading, just a black screen with a blinking cursor. About 20 minutes later, they see the first sign of something off. A gas station, or at least, something that used to be one. It stands alone on the side of the road. No lights, no cars, no visible power. The sign above it is broken, hanging at an angle. The name is unreadable, the letters either missing or faded into nothing. They should have kept driving. Instead, they stop. The footage becomes quieter here, less laughter, more hesitation. One of them, Ethan, steps out with a camera. "You guys stay here," he says, trying to sound casual. The air outside looks still, not calm, still. No wind, no insects, no distant sounds. Even the crunch of his footsteps on gravel seems unnaturally loud. He walks toward the building. The door is already open. Inside, everything is frozen in time. Shelves stocked with dusty, untouched items. Old candy bars. Bottles with labels from years ago. A refrigerator humming faintly despite the fact that there's no power running to the building. "Hello?" Ethan calls out. No response. But the camera catches something. Movement. Not clear. Not defined. Just a slight shift in the corner of the frame. Like someone stepping out of view. He doesn't notice it at the time, but the footage shows it clearly. And that's when things begin to unravel. Back in the RV, the others are getting uneasy. 10 minutes pass. Then 15. Ethan hasn't come back. They try calling him. No signal. One of them suggests going after him. Another says they should just leave. But before they can decide, Ethan returns. Something is wrong. Immediately, they can tell. He's pale, quiet, not responding to questions. "Did you find anything?" No answer. "Ethan?" He finally speaks. "Yeah, it's empty." But his voice doesn't match his expression. And when he sits down, the camera catches his hands. They're shaking. They leave the gas station. Or at least, they think they do. Because the road ahead looks exactly the same as before. But 10 minutes later, they pass the gas station again. Same broken sign. Same open door. Same silence. Confusion turns into panic. "Did we just drive in a circle? That's not possible. We didn't turn." They keep driving. Faster now. No one laughs anymore. 20 minutes later, the gas station appears again. This time, something is different. There's a light on inside. They don't stop. No one even suggests it. They just keep driving. But the camera in the back captures something none of them see. see. As they pass, there's someone standing in the doorway, watching them. The footage after this point becomes fragmented, shaky, voices overlapping, arguments, fear. They try turning around. The road doesn't change. They try stopping. The silence becomes unbearable. They try using their phones. No signal. No time. Nothing. At some point, no one can say exactly when, Ethan starts acting different. He stares out the window for long stretches without blinking. He whispers things under his breath. Once, the camera catches him speaking clearly. "They don't want us to leave." "Who?" someone asks. He doesn't answer. The final recorded clip is the most disturbing. The RV is parked. No one remembers stopping. The doors are open. 3 of them are outside. 2 are missing. Ethan is gone. The camera lies on the ground, tilted slightly. From this angle, you can see the gas station in the distance. Closer than before. Much closer. Too close. And then, movement. Figures. Not 1, not 2, dozens. Standing around the building. Perfectly still. Facing the RV. One of the remaining friends whispers, "Those aren't people." Another says, "They weren't there before." The camera zooms in, just slightly, just enough to see their faces. And then, the footage cuts. Authorities found the RV 3 days later. Abandoned. Fuel tank full. Keys still in the ignition. No signs of struggle. No bodies. No footprints leading away. The gas station? It doesn't exist. Not on any map. Not in any records. Not even in satellite imagery. But the footage remains, unedited, unexplained. And if you watch closely, frame by frame, there's one detail most people miss. In the final seconds, as the camera zooms in on those figures, one of them moves, just slightly, just enough to step forward, and for a brief moment, you can see its face clearly. It's Ethan. The footage should have ended there. That's what the official report states. Recovered camera, corrupted files. Final clip cut abruptly. Case closed as a missing persons incident. But that's not entirely true, because 3 weeks later, more footage surfaced. It didn't come from the RV. It didn't come from any of the original cameras. It was uploaded anonymously to a small online forum, buried under threads no one reads anymore. No username, no description, just a file, titled, "Do Not Go Back." At first glance, it looks like bodycam footage. Shaky, grainy, timestamp in the corner, different date, different time, different people, 2 men, voices older, more controlled, law enforcement. "Dispatch, this is Unit 14, we've reached the coordinates." Static, then a reply. "Unit 14, repeat your location, you're breaking up." The camera pans, and that's when it becomes clear. They're on the same road, except now, it looks wrong. The landscape is the same, but distorted. The sky is too dark for the time of day. The horizon bends unnaturally, and the road, it doesn't stretch forward anymore. It curves, not left or right, but inward, like it's folding into itself. "Do you see that?" one officer says. The other doesn't answer, because ahead, something is standing in the road. The footage glitches here. Frames skip, audio distorts, but you can still make it out. A figure, human-shaped, not moving. They slow down. "Sir?" one of them calls out. No response. "Step away from the road." Still nothing. They get closer, too close, and then, the figure turns. The camera jerks violently. "Get back in the vehicle!" one officer shouts. But it's already too late, because the face isn't a face. It's shifting, like multiple features trying to exist at once. Eyes where the mouth should be, a mouth stretching too wide, skin that doesn't stay in place. And then, it speaks, not in a voice, but in many voices, layered, overlapping, broken. "You came back." The audio spikes, the camera drops, and for a moment, there's silence. Then, footsteps, not 2 sets, not 3, dozens. The camera is picked up again, but not by their officer. The angle is wrong, too low, too close, and in the reflection of the patrol car door, you can see it, holding the camera, not one figure, but several, standing together, moving as one, their faces, flickering, changing, becoming familiar. Ethan, one of the girls, another friend, the missing 2, all there, all wrong, and behind them, more shapes, endless, stretching back toward the gas station. The clip ends the same way as the first, abrupt, unfinished. The investigation that followed was never made public, but fragments leaked, bits of reports, audio logs, internal memos, all of them mentioned the same thing.